He was the game changer, revolutionising English football both on and off the field. But today, amid growing fan frustration, the game was finally up for Arsene Wenger.
It does mean we need to be bold in the appointment and get the person we believe is the right person.
So hi guys, welcome to episode 4 of Wenger Out Frying. We've already done 3 episodes already. Please, if you haven't watched them already, please check back to the first episode, start watching all the way through. And again, if you haven't watched this before, basically what I'm doing is, since Arsene Wenger has decided to leave the position as Arsenal manager, I am doing a football manager experiment to see all the people that have been linked with the Arsenal job, how they would perform if they got the job. So after simulating all the games, I've basically put all the managers into a table. I'm working my way to the top to see who is the best manager, who has the best credentials to take over from Arsene Wenger. So let's just get cracking, let's just get into it. First of all, I have got to say though, there's one person out there that really either don't watch this or look away, because I know you're going to be extremely upset. And that is Matt, the trequartista. If you haven't checked his channel out yet already, then please do so, because he's got some excellent content on there with FC Magdeburg. But seriously, watch his series, because they're really, really good. So, right, let's get started. I hope you're still looking away, Matty, because the person that is finished in 17th position is Brendan Rodgers. Now, obviously, he used to manage Liverpool. He's been at Celtic for a number of years now, won pretty much everything. There's been a lot of people touting for him to come in and take over. One big name doing so has been Paul Merson, although I don't believe that decision to be a right one. Obviously, this one has been justified because Brendan Rodgers has finished 17th in the manager table. So, why has Brendan finished 17th? Let's start, as always, with his transfer history. So he spent 66 million. Again, all loanees going out, no one big out. Some interesting signings here. First one is Pizzi, a centre midfielder. He can play on the right, the left, in the middle, but he is best in the middle. Portuguese, 28 years old. He's got some pretty good stats, to be honest. He's not outstanding stats, but he's got some good stats. He got 2 goals, 2 assists in 16 appearances. Who did they get him from? So they got him from Benfica. He's been around quite a while. He's played for Atletico Madrid, Espanyol. That is Pizzi. So the next one. Years and years and years, Arsenal fans have been crying out for a defensive midfielder. William Carvalho is one of those that has been linked on numerous occasions. I believe he came close to joining West Ham last season, but it never materialised. But let's have a look. Let's see how he done. So, as you can see, his attacking technical stats not so good. But defensively, he's got good tackling, good passing, good teamwork, good concentration, composure. Not the fastest, but he's got good strength, good stamina, good balance. So he's very much a good defensive midfielder, the sort of player that Arsenal have needed for a while. And his average rating of 7.07, 80% tackling, 85% passing. Says he's had a pretty successful season. 2 yellow cards in 16 games, and 1 man of the match award, and 3 assists. So I'll say that was a successful signing by Brendan there. And now Lant. This is a 25-year-old Brazilian. Again, good stats. Signed from Grêmio, he can play anywhere in the front 4. Good flair, good off the ball, good passing, okay finishing, okay pace. Nothing amazing there, but that's a good squad player. So yeah, that's Brendan's signings. Let's see what tactics he used. Okay, so he likes having his defensive midfielder in front of the back 4. Mesut Ozil again, this is a couple of times we've seen this now. Mesut Ozil playing in centre midfield. Now in real life he does like to just float around. Does cover this area pretty much. Doesn't get forward as much as he should. But again, defensively, he doesn't offer too much. And then Lacazette, Mkhitaryan on the wings. Aubameyang up front. Okay, so... what's this? Mustafi playing right back. Mertesacker is in there, so I don't know if there was an injury to Bellerin. No, he just doesn't look fully fit, so maybe that's why they've gone from there. Okay, so they're the tactics that he's used. How did the players perform with those tactics? Now, the top goal scorer was Aubameyang. 54 appearances, 26 goals, only 4 assists. 7.36, so pretty good average rating. Lacazette from the left. Now, I don't know if he's played games up front. 48 games, 25 goals, 9 assists. So, good return from him. He was the best average rating by the looks of it. Was 7.48. And then Mesut Ozil, in that centre midfield position, 10 goals, 13 assists. So, he's done pretty well. 7.3 average rating. Let's see if anyone done better. David Ospina, 7.24. He played 14 games. And then Luan, don't know how you pronounce that. But 7.14 from 15 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. So he done pretty well, to be fair. Okay, so that's that. How did we do in the competitions? Okay, so not the best start for Brendan. He started in the Community Shield versus Chelsea, and they lost 4-1. Very disappointing performance there. Aubameyang with a goal. Maitland-Niles played pretty well, but look at that. 15 minutes it took them to be 4-0 up. 15 minutes. That's embarrassing, Brendan. Very embarrassing. Morata with 2. Fabregas got 1. William with a goal after a minute. Look at that. They only have 5 shots on target. 4 of them went in. So, yeah, it's best not look at that anymore. Sorry, Brendan. Next, we look at the Carabao Cup. And you can see by the looks of it, not a very good performance in this cup either. We beat Plymouth at home 2-1. Goals from Maitland-Niles, Danny Welbeck. But then we lost to West Brom after extra time. Eddie Nketiah with a goal. It seems like we've got a few injuries in that game that probably didn't help. But if you look at this, we took the lead in the 35th minute. And West Brom didn't get back in the game until the 87th. And then obviously in extra time, the 94th minute, Matt Phillips with a goal. So yeah, poor performance in that cup. Next we have the FA Cup, and again it's a poor performance by Brendan Rodgers in this cup. Started with a 1-0 against the Scum. Peterborough. Who scored there? Eddie Nketiah again. And then we have Blackburn away, and we lost 1-0. Embarrassing. Not a very good game. And we had good players out. Peter Cech, Bellerin, Carvalho, Pizzi, Ozil, Welbeck, Aubameyang, El Neni. That team should have easily got the result. But Harry Chapman in the 81st minute with a winner. Let's have a look at his stats. 20 years old. That's one to keep an eye on. Not too bad. Right. Can he put a performance on in Europe? Obviously, we know Brendan doesn't really perform well for Celtic in Europe, but let's have a look. And there we go. We're starting off in the group stages. We had Bates, Krasnodar and Wengers. Some convincing wins in there. 6-0 win. Welbeck, Aubameyang with 3, Lacazette, Mertesacker getting a goal. But then we lost 2-1 away to Krasnodar after an El Neni sending off. Wengers, we beat them 9-0 over the 2 games. Aubameyang was very impressive there. Beat Bate 3-0 away. And then lost to Krasnodar twice. Home and away. 2-1 in both games. But I think after that one we were through already, so they could rest a few players. But then in the first knockout leg we lost to Atalanta away, but managed to win the home leg by an extra goal. And then we had Spurs in the second round. That's interesting. We drew 1-1 at home as Ozil with the goal after Harry Kane gave Spurs the lead. And then away from home at Wembley, at Wembley, we won 1-0. Luan goal there. In the quarters we had Zenit, 2 goals by Lacazette, got a 2-2 draw away, and then a 3-1 win at home. Welbeck, Aubameyang and Luan. Then we had Leipzig in the semis. Danny Welbeck with a goal there. 2 wins until we had Marseille in the final, and we lost to an 81st minute Florian Thauvin winner. So people might remember him from Newcastle. Didn't really hit it off there, but he's a player that had a lot of potential, and seems to be doing it for Marseille, obviously against Brendan Rodgers. So let's finally see the important one. Let's see how Arsenal got on in the league. It's obviously not an impressive start to his Arsenal career, to be fair. He did beat Man City on the opening day of the season, and then Palace, but then lost 1-0 to Man U, 2-0 to Spurs, 1-0 to Everton. They beat Leicester, but then lost 2-1 to Newcastle. And then after a few good games, they lost 3-2 at home to Burnley, 1-0 at home to Liverpool. Beat Chelsea 3-0 at home. Granit Xhaka with 1, Aubameyang with 2. But then, after a few wins, a couple of draws, they then lost again to Man U and Spurs. After those defeats, they lost 1 in like 15 games, or 14 games, being a home game to Bournemouth. They drew with Liverpool, drew with Chelsea. So obviously the other games were not against any of the top 4 or top 5, top 6, which they should have got the results that they did, but against the big boys. But some silly defeats to the others meant that, it doesn't look like it was a good season. So let's look at the table. And yes, we finished 5th. 9 defeats, 6 draws. Not bad for wins. We won 23 and finished on 75 points. So we're 3 points behind Man City and 4 points behind Chelsea. And then the overall winners were Man U, 11 points ahead. So if he could have turned them defeats into wins, then they could have been up there. But at the end of the day, it's judged on how high you finish up the league and how many trophies you win. And Brendan finished in 5th, no Champions League place, and we didn't win any cups. And lost in a final and lost embarrassingly in the Community Shield to Chelsea 4-1. Okay, so that's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like, please like and subscribe. And please stay tuned, and the next episode should be out soon. So thanks very much. See you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.